Yeah, and so this is what I got today. I'm out at a different range today. This is about 35 miles north of my regular range. So it's a bit of a drive, but it's a nice range. And as you can see, I think I'll be shooting at 100 yards here, but if you look, this sucker goes out there. That target all the way out there is 600 yards, or 594 according to the rangefinders. But it's a nice range. When I lived closer to here, I used to shoot at this range all the time. And so I needed to pick up some these targets that the only paper targets these guys have them. They're copyrighted for this range only, apparently. But so I'm going to take some shots here, and so I brought my Grunig today. We'll see if this thing will actually hit anything down there. It should. It's big, it's heavy, it's gnarly. You're not going hunting with this thing. Weighs about 16 pounds, maybe even a little bit more. But so I'm going to go. Going to head down range and put up some new paper and see if we can't do a little shooting. Okay, guys, a little something different today. Different range. Take some shots with my Grunig Precision. This rifle is a beast. However, it shoots really good too. It's a custom build from Grunig Precision of Riverside, California. It was built in 2001. It is chambered in 30-06. And with the loads I use in it, this thing will propel a 190 grain Sierra Match King at 2,900 foot a second. And that's pretty damn fast for 30-06. That's getting into the range of 300 Win Mag. But it does it fairly easy too. That's with 59.5 grains of Reloader 22. I've got it outfitted with a 6x20 Springfield Armory government model scope. These scopes are no longer made. Fantastic scopes, so great class. They're Japanese made. Quarter MOA tactical turrets on it. Old school Parallax is up here up front. Does have illuminated reticle. It also has an internal bubble level in it. And it is a second, I believe it's a second focal plane reticle, which means that as the power increases, the reticle size increases or decreases with your power ring, which means that your elevation adjustments will always remain the same. Your calculations will always be the same, so you don't have to have the scope set at a particular place for the internal range finding, which goes out to 1,000 yards. So you don't have to have the power ring set at a specific setting for all the range finding to be accurate. So it corrects itself as you get the power goes down. The reticle gets smaller, which means that if you're 2 inches high at however far, 200 yards, doesn't matter whether your scope is at 6 power or 20 power. You'll always remain at the same point of impact. And so, like I say, it's got this whole rifle was blueprinted. It's got a Douglas barrel, heavy barrel on it, very heavy barrel. This thing weighs in at about, I don't know, I guess 16 or 17 pounds. So you're not going with it. Besides, it does not have a hunting trigger in it. This trigger is probably rated in ounces and not in pounds. So at any rate, as you kind of figured out, I've got hand loads for it. And as I mentioned, the 190 grainers are going at 2,900 foot a second. So I'm going to take a few shots here. I know the rifle's very accurate. It's retardedly accurate. So let's see how it goes. I haven't shot this thing in a little while, so I thought I'd give it a go. So let's take take a few shots. Give one of these 190 grainers a whirl here. I do have to remember that this thing has a very, very, very light trigger on it. Alright. Looks good. And with 20 power scope, I don't really need to use my spotting scope. Alright, that is, I need to put a little adjustment on it, but that's, I don't know. Looks like it's an inch, maybe an inch and a half to the right, maybe half an inch high. So let's try another one here. Yep, that's basically right on top of my first shot. About the same place. I think I will give it a couple of clicks to the left. I think I will give it a couple of clicks to the left. And so the way I do this is I'll hold my crosshair on my bullseye, and I will walk the bullseye to where my point of impact was. I'll walk the reticle to where my point of impact was. I think that should do it. It's 3 clicks to the left. Let's see. Here we go. That would be the spot. Yeah, let's try one more. Now we got her a little bit fouled up. Yep. That is exactly through the same hole. That's not bad. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one click down. Isn't that funny how my zeros now are back in where they belong? I probably shot this someplace else. Maybe there was some windage one day and I had to make some fiddling adjustments with it. So let's see if we can put one into the bull. Yep. Turn down a little bit. If I didn't know better, I'm going to move this back one click to the right. That is the spot. That is not too shabby. Right there. I like it. This thing is a beast. God, this thing is a smooth shooter. I'd be hard pressed to find a rifle that shoots like this one does. But I wonder what stuff looks like out there further. I can actually go out. Well, No gong. They used to have a gong hung out at 600 yards, but no more. I guess they, with the fire hazard here and stuff, they probably don't want to take a chance of that.